Hello everyone, welcome to Sansar, something that's been in the works from Linden Labs for quite some time now, and we are taking our first look here in the creator beta. And so since this is basically the second big project of Linden Labs, Sansar here, I figured I would also extend the ability to do travel videos on this as well, since pretty much what this Sansar is, and let me go ahead and switch to first person view here, is that Sansar is basically a smaller, more room-sized area to create in. I don't find it to be Second Life 2, I don't particularly find it to be super open, but for free you can make 3 rooms, similar to many other virtual worlds that are out there right now. Most of them do, in fact, use a room style of having something you can create, but it's not interconnected like Second Life is, and that's pretty much what Sansar is. It actually works very fluently, and I'm going into the free roam camera mode here, and this is Zen Gardens. I should probably say that now. It's one of Linden Labs' Sansar made rooms here. It's very nice looking. Got a lot of floating islands, a couple ships floating about. And I think this one was a good one to start with because this was the one I always saw particularly promoted along with the cinema in space, I think it was. And so we're just going to travel through camera along these spots here. But yeah, there's a bit of frame drop right there, but otherwise it does stay fairly consistent frames compared to Second Life, which is probably due to having a, decades worth of optimization put on it compared to Second Life still running on stuff that's probably still optimized for the early 2000s or mid 2000s. That and the fact that with the long loading times, everything particularly loads before you go inside of it. So you do get to see everything as soon as you pop into a room once it's done loading. And we're back here towards the main area right here. You can see a little elevator right here. And unfortunately, because I don't have any sound controls, I am going to be having all sound muted in these videos, which I think is a bit of a shame, but I can't control what goes in the video otherwise. And you can see down below the Zen Garden as it is, a lot of floating rocks and a couple of beach balls down there. There's a couple items around in Sansar that you can kick around, but due to Sansar being particularly for VR, a lot of the VR stuff is particularly being able to, I guess, touch things and whatnot. So I am a bit out of luck there, though it's not as heavily VR oriented that I thought it was going to be, which is nice for me at least. And I can actually see somebody on the top of that ship there. Unlike the islands floating around, which I think are just part of the background, the ship actually appears to be able to be on, which is neat. And here's a couple things you'd probably be able to do something in VR with. Probably throw a ball into there. I do have to say I am a bit disappointed with the fact that you can't do basic animations such as sitting or anything along those lines here. Because we see chairs and whatnot about, but there's no way of actually having the option to sit down in a chair or a bench or anything along those lines. At least to my knowledge. And I think we'll head up these stairs over here. A lot of good shadowing here. It's basically along the lines of being in advanced lighting in Second Life, without having the massive frame drops associated with it for the most part. But I do believe you probably need a computer that's at least a decent bit better that can, in fact, run Second Life, at least in basic lighting, a fairly good deal, but I don't know offhand what the... Oh, there's this person again. And he just told me that there was nothing up here. Can't hear it because I'll be muting the sound later, but... Yeah, he said there was just a tree up here, so... Thanks for telling me that, but I guess I'll take a look anyways. I really do like the floating islands here. But yeah, here's another view of down below. I think now at this point... I also didn't explain so far the walking. You only have one type of walking, and that's just regular walking, and it's fairly slow. But what Sansar gives us here is that I'm showing it right now, is that there's a teleport ability in Sansar that allows us to just hop to quite a distance away, just instantly. So while there is no running animation, I'm going to give that a pass because they did give us a neat little teleport, which I'm fine with. In fact, the teleport might even be faster than just running. And you can see that's I actually hit the window of the program here. There we go. There's a few people hanging around. There's a couple of customization options in Sansar, but not too much at the moment. I assume that's probably going to change, as Sansar is going to have its own marketplace of a type that's probably going to be having stuff for builds and stuff for avatars and whatnot down the line, so fairly good, fairly good. Ooh, this looks nice down here. And we can see the ship going by again. Looks like there's a little mini lounge over here. I will be interested in seeing what happens with Sansar down the line. I imagine they're going to be adding more stuff to it. Personally, I'm not too... I know there's some people that I know of that were very upset with how Sansar was looking and how it was coming up, but I personally didn't have much of an issue with it. I actually thought it would be... in my opinion, I thought it would be worse if it was just Second Life 2, as I think that would have really broke the community in half. And the fact that it's not particularly like Second Life, it's more like a place to have your own little art exhibit almost. And here we see the Zen Gardens down below, but there's not like the whole particular. You can live here and you can do like basically everything via scripting like Second Life has. This is more so for people that want to build. I think we'll just go ahead and head up the staircase here, and I think that'll be about it for the Zen Gardens here. I didn't particularly make this out to be a video of my thoughts on Sansar, but I think I did show off everything there is for the Zen Gardens here, and explained a couple few things if you decided to try out Sansar here. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in more Sansar content soon.